Welcome back to Down to the Frame. Wow, these are a lot darker on camera than they appear to be when you look through them. We have a good one today. Today is the day that I get to install my first window, and it is an Andersen 100 series window. It's a single hung window, and it's about 40 inches that way by 30 inches that way. And the reason why I'm going with the single hung window is because even though I just read the manual and it says not to do this, but we want to put a window AC into this wall. Today we're going to install it. We're going to flash the wood here to make it water resistant. We're going to cut this all the way down to the new opening because this was an old window that went from here all the way to here. Now it's just going to be from here to here and from the top down. So the first step is I'm going to use some 2-inch, just 16 gauge finish nails to secure the wood paneling to our framing before I use the Sawzall, which is going to shake a lot, and I don't want the wall to get damaged from that, so I'm going to fasten it. Yeah, that reached. Should be enough. Now I'm going to grab Sawzall. One thing I do want to do is just mark the bottom of where I need to stop because I don't want to look in the wall as I'm cutting. I need to get across. I just cut and I forgot to record. Idiot! We're gonna do the same process outside, but I use my saw, cut just this line straight across here. That was a successful removal. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, I can't find the right pilot bit for the size that I wanted, but I'm just going to run with this 1.5-inch hole saw, and I'm just going to stick it in the corner here, and we're going to drill a hole to the outside. You could also use butterfly bit or an auger bit. I just want to go with a nice large hole so I can get my Sawzall blade in there or my skill saw. Nice big hole down here, there, there, there. Now we can go to the outside, bring the show to the outside, bring my level out, draw a line, and use my skill saw to... Okay, let's go. So I just took my Stanley level here and drew some lines from the edges of those holes. And I'll hit it with my circular saw. Either it'll fall in or fall out. What you could do to make sure it doesn't fall in is take a 2x4, put it across this line after you cut the sides, and then cut the bottom and the top. That way you can just grab on a 2x4 and pull it out. Sweetest Peach, what is the matter? Hello.
Hello. Oh yeah, we have light again. Let there be light.
The next step of this process is the flashing, which is the most important part of the process because the last windows weren't flashed properly and so they just ended up rotting out. This time we won't have that. We're going to do it with zip tape, which is what Zip recommends. All right, make sure all the dust is off of the window frame, and then what we're going to do is use 2 different types of tape along with the roller. So this is the flashing tape and this is stretch tape. This is flashing tape and it doesn't stretch. So anything that's straight, we're going to use this, and anything that's in the corner, we're going to overlay it with this stuff. To try to keep everything consistent, I'm going to measure the thickness of the tape here, which is about 3 3/4, and we're going to make sure that at least 1.5 inches of it is on the outside and the rest is on the inside. So in order to do that, I'm going to measure and mark out a line at 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to put the flashing tape up to that line, keep it nice and straight. The whole approach to flashing is you want to start at the bottom and work your way up. That way all the seams are never offset to catch water, they're always on top of each other, so they kind of shingle and the water does not ever have a chance to get underneath that flashing. It's a lot of money here. This is like $60, but roll the tape. It's stated everywhere. You have to do it to ensure that your zip system tape is sealed and warranted. All right, now that we have the base down here, we're gonna work on the stretch tape. So what I'm gonna do is probably 4 inches up, 4 inches there, so I'm gonna go with an 8-inch strip. I have this little putty thing that I used for the liquid flashing, and I'm actually gonna use that for smoothing out the stretch tape as well. Well, that was my first piece of stretch tape. The backing kind of ripped a little bit, and I'm not 100% sure that I like the adhesion that it has, but I'm gonna try to smooth it out as best I can. No, I don't like the way that went on at all. We're gonna try that again. I did consider using liquid flash, but because I wanted to get this done pretty quickly, I opted out of that. Let's get another 8-inch piece. I'm actually gonna go with a 6-inch piece. It didn't need to be 8. That came out a little bit better. You can even stretch it a little bit more. I'm a little bit worried that this isn't enough flashing, but I believe it'll be fine because we're probably gonna have spray foam or backer rod right up to there. Piece number 2, as you can see, they actually give you an uneven side here. And what that is actually they want you to grip onto this, adhere this part, and then you can pull it. And then remove that when you're ready to. Found the kryptonite to this stuff, drywall dust. That drywall dust gums up the adhesive and it does not stick, so it's kind of a pain in the butt because obviously there's drywall here. Also put a couple extra nails in here because I realized I didn't nail exactly next to the window framing, so it was a little bit soft around there. So I put some more nails in, and yeah. But for now I'm going to continue with the tape all the way around the window. It'll be all nice and watertight. Well, not hopefully, we're gonna make sure it's watertight. Now I'm going to do the corner pieces up top, which I'm not sure if, some people would do the top, but I'm definitely going to do it. So 2 more 6-inch strips of the stretch tape. The way I'm cutting the stretch tape is I'm just rolling it out to where I want it as far as measurements. Let's just say 6 inches. Then I have this leftover piece of zip, and I just cut it right down there with a knife, and it comes right off. That's going on a little bit more like I want it to. 3rd time's the charm. I wasn't too happy with the bottom ones. Welcome, Sam, back to the channel to save the day again. Just got that one last corner in the top. It might be a little too high up there, but we'll roll it. She'll stick.
Did you redo all this?
Oh yeah. Whole wall was open, dude. So the window calls for a minimum of 1.5 inch nails, galvanized or screw. You could use screw with a minimum size of a number 8 and a minimum head size of 5/16. This is actually all on Anderson's website. They gave you, or they gave me, a paper, and you can scan it with your phone, and it brings you straight to the link for an install video. You answer a couple questions that they ask you, and then eventually it shows you exactly how to install this. So for our flange, we're going to go with these, and then inside we have some other screws, but for now we have to get the window up there. This is a single hung window, so this is our top, and luckily they put the sticker on properly so that we don't put this upside down. All right, let's flip this over. The caulking that I'm going to use today is this OSI Quad Max. It's basically good for everything, which, I mean, I feel like every bottle of caulk says that, but yeah, window, door, and siding sealant. So we're gonna put this on the back side, get it up there. I'm probably gonna have Sam hold the window up while I go inside and make sure it's all square and shimmed and all that jazz. Cool?
Cool.
Sam brought up a great point. We're not gonna caulk the window because the window is something we have to carry, but we're gonna caulk around the flange of the opening. That way we just sit it up there and his hands are clean. We're good to go. I like that idea. Good job.
Thanks.
Gonna hold that. Oh wow, it went up. Sam,
What?
just hang out there, bud.
Sure.
Get the nails ready for you.
Me?
Yeah. So when I'm like, all right, go ahead, you can nail it. Look at that. That's a window. Okay, so what we have to do is shim it and make sure that it is plumb and square and all that jazz. I have these composite shims that'll help us make sure everything's good to go. I'm gonna put them on the bottom here. Can you push up a little bit, Sam? It's really in there, huh? Okay, good. Cool.
Yeah.
Keep that like that. If you have a plastic level, you should use it, but I don't. So this side needs to go down. Well, let's bring this side up. That side needs to go up. Just rechecking the manual here. We got everything good and plumbed up. I should take my tape to it, check the corners. Yeah, I don't think this has it, but I think some of them have like hurricane ties on them.
Oh.
They'll like stick out to like into the inside. I don't see that on our model. All right, let's nail her up. Hold on.
Wait, switch.
Nope, I just want to do this.
You think those two are good enough to hold it?
Should be. Now she'll be good.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Everyone.
I'm gonna read the manual, but I'm pretty sure every single one. I'll do it, sir.
Oh god. That turned my brain to mush.
Yeah, see, look at there's like. So I didn't caulk the bottom for a reason, and I wanted to use composite shims, which I don't know if I have any more left.
So what, moisture can get out?
Yeah. You shim it up so that if it leaks behind there, which I think with all the waterproofing we're doing, I don't think it's gonna do, but
Right.
you know, if it does.
Still, you gotta plan for the worst.
Right. I guess my call on the whole 1.5" flashing sticking out was like perfect. It's just like a C hair sticking out.
Do you want it? You want it sticking out, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit, and then we're gonna hit it again with the flashing.
Right.
This window ain't gonna leak, Chief.
No.
But you know, you have to do this level of waterproofing on gable end windows. You really can't skim because there's nothing above it, you know.
Yeah, that's true. It's just water. Water pouring right down.
Water pouring right down on you. And you just don't want that in your life. You don't want that negative water, dude. It's bad for the chi. You cannot chi with all mold in your house.
Wow. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to mold, so like sneezing,
Oh yeah.
super un-chi.
Can't chi like that. You just can't.
How do you chi and sneeze at the same time?
You cheese. All right, so this step might surprise some people. It's time to do more flashing. We're just gonna flash up the sides, across the top, and then we will have to measure a piece of drip edge that I'm gonna put above the window to just kick that water up over it. And we'll also flash that once we nail it. All right, so what I'm gonna end up doing is going with 3.5 inch AZEK trim all around this window. So what we'll do is cut the drip edge 3.5 inches long on either side, so a total of 7 inches longer than the window itself. And that way that drip edge is gonna continue all the way over the side pieces of AZEK and no water is gonna get on our window. So 29.5 plus 7 inches. 36.5. Is it?
Yep.
36.5. 36.5. 36.5?
Yep.
That's 3.5.
Worst purchase ever.
Really?
Yeah. I hate this thing.
What beautiful weather we're having though, huh?
Oh my god, dude. All August is supposed to be like this.
Unreal.
All August.
Unreal.
I know.
So I marked on either side just a little mark. That's our 3.5 inch mark. And I'm just gonna get up there and use these smaller nails. These are just siding nails to nail her in. And then we'll do one more piece of zip tape above that. And the outer part of our window is complete.
Obi-Wan.
Weren't you that last year?
You're gonna let me fucking do some shit to you? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Always roll the tape. Gotta roll the tape. Time to show you how to tighten this thing up from the inside. All right, guys, so we're inside now, and as you can see, it's kinda, this black strip right here, that's actually the flashing, and it's perfect. There's just enough flashing revealed for me to not use spray foam. I know, strange. Coming from me and watching this whole project and seeing how most of the project we've used spray foam, we're not gonna here. We're gonna use backer rod. And the reason for this is that I don't want spray foam to go all the way to the front of the window and seal up our drip edge. So if any water gets in there, I want it to be able to leak out. And if you spray foam the whole thing, it's not gonna do that. So we're gonna just do some 3/8 backer rod, and then we're gonna caulk it with some white caulking. Same stuff we used on the flange. In case you guys are wondering, the U factor on this window is 0.26, which is a really good window. So very happy with that. And it's quiet. Like, I haven't even fully caulked around it, and it's It's like quiet in here. It's nice. So this is 3/8 backer rod. Man, this contrast looks terrible because of the window, but sorry if it looks really orange. At least that's what it looks like on my screen. This is our backer rod. This is just gonna stop the caulking from going all the way to the front. And what we could do is take a shim and measure how deep we want it to go in, or just guess on it. The shims have little notches on them, little lines. So I'm just gonna do 3 notches in, and we're gonna take this and just push it in there. 3 notches. All right, so the backer rod is in there all the way around. Now we're just gonna hit it with some caulk. Huh? Just like covered in caulk. You know what? This contrast is too bad. I'll have to come back at night and show you guys the finished job. All right, guys. So the window is installed, and as you can see, this is what I meant by the caulking around the whole window. You want to try to keep it off of this edge. I went over a little bit on some places, but yeah, it's been like this for a few months and it's pretty solid. It has not cracked or anything, and we have put the window unit in. This is one of those Midea units that has the kind of U shape to it. It is very quiet and very energy efficient. We used to have the old portable AC. Our electric bill has been about $100 less than when we used the portable one. So it's pretty impressive, guys, but yeah, that's how you install a window. Make sure you plan the window for the purpose that you're gonna use it. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give a thumbs up. If you have any questions, concerns, better ways to do it, leave it in the comments section. I'll see you guys next time on Down the Frame.